This video demonstrates a set of 5 simple shots you can use to quickly assess an unfamiliar table if you have only a short amount of time to practice before a match. That way, as I will show, you will know how to adjust to table conditions accordingly during play. A lag shot is a very simple and useful way to determine the speed of the cloth and the bounciness of the cushions. Start by using your normal lag stroke, attempting to bounce the cue ball off the foot cushion and have it end as close to the head cushion as possible. On a table with slow and soft cushions, the lag will come up short. And on a table with fast cloth and bouncy cushions, like on a typical Diamond brand table, the lag might go very long. If you have time before a match, practice the lag to try to dial in the stroke length that gives you the best results. For more information on how to do this, see the speed control link below in the video description or pinned comment. If playing a match where a lag shot is used to determine who breaks first, being able to win the lag could give you an advantage, especially if you have a good break with a chance to run out and get an early lead. As mentioned earlier, the lag also gives you a feel for the speed of the cloth and bounciness of the cushions. Here's an example game situation where having this feel is critical. I need to pocket the 11 and hold for a shot at the 8 in the side. If the cushion is bouncy, I know I need to be really careful to not overhit this. Since I know how this table plays, I have no trouble getting shape on the 8. Did you notice how I put a hair of inside or right spin on that to bring the cue ball into the wide part of the shape zone to increase room for error? This strategy is always smart when possible. Here's another game situation shooting stripes where having a feel for the table is important. If I know the cloth is slick and fast and the cushions are bouncy, drawing across the table for shape on the 8 might be a good play. I could instead get greedy and try to draw between the 6 and 8, but this is risky. It is difficult to judge the exact cue ball angle and prevent slight unintentional side spin with fast speed draw shots like this. I wouldn't want to hook myself. Again, it is better to play more conservatively here. If the cloth were slow and not slick, and if the cushions were not bouncy, a safety might be a better play here. That was an easy shot to execute, and it makes me a favorite to win this game against most people. The lag shot will also help you assess if the table is level or not. Here, there is obvious roll-off to my left. Here's a game situation example where knowing this is important. If I know the table has roll-off, I wouldn't want to slow roll this for shape on the 8. A better play is a drag shot, where I use more speed to hold the line, with backspin slowing the cue ball as it approaches the object ball. Sometimes you can use known table roll-off to your advantage. Here's a game situation example where if the table rolls true, I cannot pocket the 8 in the corner. However, if I know this table rolls off toward the side rail, I can play the roll for the win. FYI, the noise in the background was a fan blowing air across the table to simulate roll-off. Hopefully, this section has convinced you that a lag shot can be a very useful tool to assess a table. Simple stop and draw shots can also be helpful to assess a table before play. Try to hit a stop shot like this using backspin and slow speed. If the cue ball stops in place, then the table plays as expected. If the cue ball rolls forward instead, that means the cloth is not as slick as you expected. And if the cue ball comes back instead, that means the cloth is newer and slicker than you expected. Also try a draw shot, attempting to bring the cue ball back as close to the head rail as possible to see how easy it is to hold backspin over distance. Again, if you succeed, that means the cloth is like you expected. But if the cue ball comes up short, you will know to use more speed or a backspin during play. And if the cue ball draws more than you expect, you will know to use less speed or backspin. Here's an example game situation where it is very important to know how fast backspin is lost on the way to the object ball. I am trying to hold for a shot on the 8 through the narrow gap between the 5 and 6. The best approach here is a low tip with the slowest speed possible. See the stop shot link for more information. As you can see, there isn't much room for error here. If you draw back slightly or roll forward slightly because you don't have a feel for the cloth conditions, you won't get the win. This shot we saw earlier is another example where you need to have a feel for cloth conditions so you will know how much speed to use to get the desired amount of draw. To be effective aiming kick and bank shots, it is important to know if the table plays short, long, or on system. A good test shot for this is a standard 2-to-1 rolling kick aiming from the imaginary 4th diamond at the side pocket to the 2nd diamond on the opposite rail. See the link below for more information about the system. If the table plays on system, the kick should go to the corner. If it does, I won't need to make any aiming adjustments when using this and other kicking and banking systems. Some tables, especially if they have new and slick cloth, will kick and bank long, and some tables, especially bouncy diamond brand tables, will kick and bank short. Here's an example of what that might look like. See the links below for more information about how to adjust your aim when a table is not playing on system. Here's an example for a table that plays short. You just need to adjust the system aim down table a little to make the cue ball go longer. Again, see the links for details. Another important thing to know about how a table plays concerns how much spin reacts on the cushions. A good test shot for this is kicking straight across the table a half diamond above the foot spot. Under typical conditions, with maximum spin, you should be able to get enough angle change to head to the corner. A drag shot is used to get the maximum spin reaction. See the link below for more information. If the cloth is broken in and a little dirty, and if the air is humid, there will be a greater reaction. And if you are instead playing on a table with new and slick cloth in a dry environment, the rebound angle change will be much less. Here's a game situation example where it is important to know how well spin reacts on the cushions. I am shooting stripes and the 9 is really in jail. The best time to get on the 9 is now with a stun shot off the 11 with maximum left spin. Because I know these cushions react well to spin, I know I can get beneath the 1 for a shot at the 9. As with any side spin shot, I use the System for Aiming with Side Spin, or SAWS, to get an accurate line of aim. See the SAWS link for more information and demonstrations. Good thing I know my table because I barely got there. Knowing how a table plays can be very helpful to making key shots like this for a game victory. The final table characteristic we'll look at is how much throw is possible. A good test shot for this is an angled hit into 2 frozen balls. Here's a top view showing a center-to-edge aim which gives the most throw. With a straight hit into the frozen balls, there is no throw. But with a slow speed half-ball hit of the 9 into the 13, throw is maximum. Under typical ball conditions, maximum throw is about 1 inch per foot of object ball travel. Here, with the object ball about 6 feet from the pocket, the 6 inches of throw is enough to pocket the ball. If the balls were cleaned or polished with the wrong products, they might be slick and not throw as much. And if the balls were really old and dirty, and there was lots of chalk dust on the table, the balls might throw more than normal. Again, it is important to know how much throw you can expect for the given conditions. Here's a game situation example where this information can be helpful. I'm shooting solids and it looks like I'm in trouble. However, the 5 and 6 are frozen. The line through the balls heads well to the right of the corner, but I know I can get enough throw to pocket the 5. I just need to hit the 1 into the 6 so the 6 throws the 5 to the left. For more information on how to aim throw shots, see the link below. Trusting that the balls will throw enough because I tested it earlier gives me the confidence to go for a shot like this, which leads to the game victory. If you want to learn more about how to test these and other aspects of a table, see Volume 5 of the Video Encyclopedia of Pool Practice. It contains a long section dealing with this topic, with 5 additional testing recommendations. As always, see the links below in the video description or pinned comment for more information and examples. And good luck with your game from Dr. Dave.